I want to ask you about universities. You headed a university. How did that end?
How did what end? What?
How did your time at the university end?
I heard death in the question.
What's going on in universities now in terms of woke professors, woke students, and administrators?
This woke shit wears me out. I mean, you give me a break. Oh, yeah, I'm upset. Somebody said I shouldn't say something. Well, I don't say it. How many people are there coming up to you and say, "Don't say that word"? I mean, so I'm not very sympathetic to the whole woke. I think the diversity, equity, and inclusion was a terrible idea. Equity is impossible. You can't measure equity. I've been out of tequila for almost an hour. What kind of equity?
Liz?
What kind of equity is that?
A man's a hero. Got him a tequila, goddammit.
Medal of Honor winner.
Are you pleased? Are you pleased that there seems to be changes in universities? Is that good? That there's less.
Look, I think first of all, we have a competitive advantage in higher education with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I think we're going to make it more difficult as a consequence of our current extreme immigration policy, especially once again restricting people who can come here. So we got a problem there, but we have a competitive advantage. So first and foremost, don't mess it up. Pull $4 million away from Columbia or arrest some kid who was on the wrong side in your view of the Palestinian-Israeli debate. I mean, it's just what does that say? I got 1,000 words I can't put in a government document now. The big free speech advocates, more censorship's coming out of this administration than perhaps any since. I don't know. Maybe since John Adams.
How long have you lived in New York?
Well, that's a serendipitous moment. So Lawrence O'Donnell, and Lawrence said, "Are you dating me, anybody?" At the time, and I always had a little trouble with that word. And I said, "No, I don't think I am." And he said, "I've got a woman you ought to meet." And so my current wife came to Washington on 7 December 1995, and we went to Les Halles, which was on Pennsylvania, and I fell in love with her. And next thing I knew, I was living in an apartment up here in New York with her, and the next thing I knew, I got a job offer from the New School, and I wouldn't have hired me. I have an undergraduate degree in pharmacology and a graduate degree in blowing shit up, and maybe the most liberal university in the world, as far as I know. And I didn't know who Foucault was, and you had to have Foucault in every other sentence in order to be credible. But on the other hand, you're watching 18-year-olds come in, and you see the transformation over that 4 years. They do have freedom. They are trying to figure things out. They're connecting to the Renaissance. They're discovering things for the first time in their lives, or they're creating and building things. So it's exciting. It's exciting to watch human beings learn things and question things.
All right, we're going to go to your questions. I recommend somebody ask Senator Kerrey what year he moved to New York, because he still...
95, right?
I'm
95.
talking about love, and he's talking about dates, for God's sake. So
I
fell in love with her.
Have New York has changed, but
No,
we're going to go to questions.
I have a 23-year-old, and that's approximately when I came to